because he can do a lot of damage really quick. Like, I had to get all the kids out of the room fast with their food.
Austin still had a plate of food. So we were trying to get her out of the living room fast so he didn't dump her plate. And then she was all upset, so I was talking to her, and she said, sometimes it's hard having an autistic brother.
So, why do we pick the most quiet time in this house to do a podcast? This is when we should be sleeping.
Because it's quiet. I've had one sip of coffee.
No, this is when we should be sleeping and resting. And we should be doing this to escape the chaos.
I agree.
God, this is so nice. It's so quiet, but you can just feel the storm is brewing.
It's going to get chaotic fast.
Oh, man. We got just minutes away.
Well, so Tyler accidentally slept in. I knew he would because he fell asleep on the couch.
He's still here?
Yes. So I have to take Cal to school and then come back and get him.
Oh.
Because if I put Tyler in the car for Cal's drop-off, there's going to be a huge meltdown.
Yeah. That's, I'll just add to the layer.
Yeah. There's no way.
It's weird, man. Yesterday was such a great day until the end, and it got so bad last night.
Fast.
I mean, real fast. We're watching football. It's like the last real football Sunday because, then now there's just a Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. So you just have that one game. But I even said, and I knew I was gonna blow it when I said it. I was like, he has had such a cool, chill day. And he's just been like wanting to walk up to you. This is Cal, obviously, and he's just like interested in what you were doing, and then he would go do his own thing, but he was real peaceful about it. And man, the switch just flipped, and it was about late third quarter in the game last night, and he just started freaking out.
Well, I always say, and I only say it because it's the truth. There's really not 2 good days in a row, fully good. So he was good all day. So then there was it wasn't even a meltdown. It was like, I don't know. He was throwing stuff.
Yeah, he's just pushing his limits.
Being mean to the dog.
Yeah, he was just pushing his limits. And, once you start saying, hey, you can't do this, don't do that, it's a snowball going down the hill. It just gets bigger and bigger. It rolls faster. It does more damage. At one point, almost everybody's food wound up on the floor. He was throwing everybody's food off the table.
His favorite thing to eat besides pizza is French fries.
Yep.
He threw a whole medium fry on the floor.
Yep. And then he's got this chair that he's ripped up, so he's figured out how to pull the stuffing out of it. So he started doing that. And then he was spitting his water everywhere. And then, it was awesome.
Yeah, and then he was hitting the dog.
And then he hit the dog with his dinosaur head thing.
Started pulling his tail. I had to get Barkley out of the living room.
Yeah, he wanted to pull it. It's like anybody he can get an immediate reaction from, that's where he goes.
But
it becomes a game.
He'll do it super fast.
I know.
It's like I say Tasmanian devil, and I mean it.
It's like super ninja skills fast. And it's a little scary.
I know.
Because he can do a lot of damage really quick. Like, I had to get all the kids out of the room fast with their food. Because he's like overpowering them.
Yeah, he does. He knocked all their food off, and then Austin still had a plate of food. So we were trying to get her out of the living room fast so he didn't dump her plate. And then she was all upset, so I was talking to her, and she said, sometimes it's hard having an autistic brother. And I was like, Austin, I understand. I know it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
And she doesn't always feel like that. I mean, there's just certain moments happen, and they have different experiences that other typical kids don't have. And sometimes they even get emotional about it.
I bet they feel like that more than they tell us.
Probably.
Yep.
But that's something,
because
special
it's
needs
like
siblings
at
struggle
4.5,
with.
if like you leave the room, like for years now, we've said, like as you're walking out of the room, we've said like, hey, watch your brother real quick. I'll be right back. For years. Nonstop. They hear it all the time. Like, hey, watch your brother. Keep an eye on your brother. Or if someone's in the other room with him, probably once every 2 minutes. Is he okay? Is he all right? Are you watching him?
Did he poop?
Yeah, like they just can't,
He always has to be watched.
Yeah. So they probably get sick and tired of it.
Well, they don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have a choice, but they probably get sick and tired of it.
No, but I'm saying,
I get sick and tired of saying it.
I know, but you have to do it.
Yeah, well, it's just, that's just the deal. But that ended horribly yesterday. Horribly. And I'm like, this is why we don't go to people's houses and watch football.
Well, that's exactly why.
Yeah. I mean, that thing came out of nowhere. Everybody's food was flying. In the matter of like 10 minutes, he destroyed the whole living room. He went and got his toys. He was throwing those out.
And I don't even know what set him off. That's the craziest thing.
I think it was telling him not to spit his water out.
Well, and then he was grabbing the fluff and trying to put it in his mouth.
Yep.
And that was bad.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was. I think he does this thing now where he fills up his mouth with water, and he'll try to spit it. Spit it.
Yeah.
Or pour it out of his mouth into like different cups and dishes and stuff.
And he'll gargle it.
He's got this new thing where he gargles water and talks at the same time.
Yeah.
He's actually really good at it. Like, I'm like, surprisingly, I can tell what you're saying really good, but he makes himself sound like he's underwater.
I know.
Again, he loves water life and sharks and fish and everything. So anything he can do to be in the water, he loves it.
Loves it.
Yeah. So he'll fill up his whole mouth full of water. And then if you say something like, "How you doing, Cal?" It'll be like, "Oh," but it's like but he's got the water in his mouth while he's talking. I'm like, that's actually pretty good. Like,
I know.
You're talking pretty well with your mouth full of water.
And you're like, swallow it, swallow it. Nope, I'm not gonna swallow it.
Well, that becomes a game. So you have to tickle him to make him swallow it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, because if you tickle him, then obviously you can't. You're laughing, so you swallow the water. It's like the most ridiculous. Anyway, that's how our football Sunday ended yesterday. It was madness.
Yeah, complete chaos. Like, talk about stress, and making everyone all upset.
Yeah, he did. He had the house upside down last night. Right when the game got good, too. He's like, "Nah, you guys aren't going to enjoy the game anymore."
I was going to say, you actually sound tired today.
I'm exhausted.
Usually your voice, because of radio, you can, like, snap out of it fast.
No,
You sound tired today.
Yeah. I don't have to fake it anymore. I can just be real. That's the best part about.
Be real in your bedroom.
Yeah, that's the best part about doing it. You don't have to be fake, whatever. You just be real. And
what about that game?
Who's sending me an email, to yell at me and tell me I don't know what I'm doing? Nobody.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. What about the game last night?
Yeah.
Oh man, both games were great. Like both games were great.
Well, I'm happy for the Bengals.
Yeah, they're a likable team. They're Joe Burrow's a likable guy. Their quarterback, young dude, and yeah, it was fun. I'll tell you what, man. These have been some of the best playoffs maybe I've ever seen in my life. I think almost every game has been not over until a minute left or
I know.
overtime. You know what I mean? Like it's just been really good.
Yeah, all the games were super close, and you didn't know who was going to win.
This probably means the Super Bowl will be terrible. Like, it's like we've had the best playoffs in the Super Bowl. I hope not. It's been a fun season. It sucks it's over.
I know.
That's our outlet. I think families got their thing. Like, this is our family outlet. Our entire house loves football.
It's true.
Loves it.
Yeah, the girls know about it because they play flag football.
Yep. I mean,
so everyone's into it.
Like the Redskins, that's our team, and they're unveiling a new name on Wednesday.
Yep.
Like, so for the past year, they haven't been technically called the Redskins, even though all the television announcers, that's what they call them. Everybody, the network shows everyone still calls them Washington Redskins. Well, anyway, so they're going to try to introduce a new name. And Tyler, who's our oldest, he's so jacked up about this. And he legitimately is like, this is consuming his life. Like, he's really excited about this.
Yeah.
This new brand that's coming out. So I'm going to let him stay home. When they're doing it Wednesday morning, I think on Good Morning America.
I think that's what you said.
Or the Today Show.
Yeah.
It's one of them. And I'm going to let him stay home from school Wednesday just until
morning.
Huh?
Yeah, the morning.
Yeah, until they announce it, and then I'll take him. But I think, what? No. Here comes Charlie, and she's all upset because she heard me say it. Charlie.
He already had this agreement with Tyler.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna. Here we go.
Now you're gonna have 3 kids mad at you in a minute.
But if she stays, and they're all gonna stay, and it's just gonna be like,
we still have to drive the neighbor.
Yeah, that's right. We can't.
Yeah.
So whatever. Probably shouldn't have said that because that's gonna be.
They would have figured it out that morning.
5th grade, like you don't get to. I don't know. In 5th grade, I would have killed to do that though. But then.
Well, this is like a once in a lifetime thing.
Oh, don't start. You'll take them then. You'll take the other kids.
All right, whatever. Anyways.
This is the beginning of the next 48 hours of negotiation.
I can't. Cal has a dentist appointment.
Yeah.
I'll be leaving for Clearwater.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be too much. So anyway, but you try to find like the little things that make them happy and whatever, and
yeah, it's true.
So he'll do that. And even though I guess he slept in today, but
On accident.
yeah, but man, the football thing is it's just that's our thing. You know what I mean? Like that's our thing. It sucks that it's over.
Well, so Cal even has liked going to the kids' sports. So they do flag football and baseball. And he sits in his wagon and has his snacks, and he loves it. But we're going to have like a month off of sports. All that's ending.
Yep. But it's about this are getting warmer again, so the beach is going to be back. The pool will start getting warmer. Like it'll all just,
Yeah, we spend, I don't know, 90% of our weekends in the pool.
Yep.
When it's warmer.
Pool or the beach. I mean, we've got to be in one of those two places because those are his places. That's where he gets all of his
sensory.
Yeah, that's just where he gets his kind of like those like scenes, those settings hit all of his touch points that he loves.
Yeah.
So it's beach or pool. I mean, there's no. I
actually can't wait for it.
Yeah.
There's some days where he's in and out of the pool 3 times.
Oh, we've had pool days. And I miss this where. Like, we'll get in at, like, maybe 1 o'clock, noon or 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And he's getting out for the last time at, like, close to 7 or 8. Now, he's taken breaks, and gone and eaten lunch or watched a show inside for a half hour, but then he's come right back out and jumped back in.
Yeah.
Like, we'll spend the whole day.
Or sometimes I bring his high chair outside. We have this little fenced-in area, and I can put his high chair out there, and he can eat dinner.
Charlie.
Or snacks.
Come here. So, you're upset that Tyler, at least I'm judging by your face, that Tyler is going to stay home Wednesday and listen to the new name?
Yes.
Why?
Because I want to.
I just don't know. 5th grade. Is it really that important to you?
Yes.
Are you really that excited?
Yeah.
Lay out your argument.
If Tyler does it, I should get to do it because.
Oh, that's terrible. That's not a good one.
I just kind of wanted to do it, so.
Well, yeah, that's a little better. I just kind of wanted to do it, but I just looking for a real solid argument. Something that could, move me, compel me.
I put out of bed every night.
Ooh. Oh, she's using that a lot now.
Yeah.
To get stuff. That's pretty good, though. She does help look out of bed every night.
They
share a room.
Yeah, Charlie's 11, and she chose to share a room with Cal. Okay, go get ready, please. Chose to share a room with Cal.
Decent
she's
job, Charlie. It got better as the argument went on. I liked it.
She's very, very good with him. And he prefers her to lay with him at night because he'll go straight to bed. I've talked about this before. I can lay in there. He thinks it's a game. It'll be like 30 minutes. He's still not asleep. She can lay with him, and it's like 3 minutes. He's sleeping.
Yeah, that's his comfort.
It's a skill she has.
Yeah, it's his comfort, her being in there. We do worry sometimes when she goes for sleepovers because she's not here, obviously, and then it's like, how's tonight going to go? And it's been okay, actually. But I think if that was on a regular basis, he wouldn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, he does do okay when she's not there.
Okay.
I just say, be a big boy.
Yeah, I think you've been showing him videos of her.
Yeah.
When she's not here, and so he sort of, just realizes she'll be home later or whatever. But those are all the things you got to think about, too. At some point, she's not going to want to share a room with him. And that's going to be different.
Well, she also doesn't want to share a room with Austin and Trey. So until Tyler moves out, she has no choice now.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, yeah, right now. But I'm just saying down the road, she's not going to want to.
Yeah.
And, you're not going to be a 16-year-old girl, and have your, 10-year-old, 11-year-old brother sharing a room with you.
Exactly.
She's not going to want that. But worry about that when we have to worry about that. The problem is that you get up and then, all of a sudden 5 years has gone by and then you're worrying about that. Like it's, you have to deal with it.
Yep. Then it'll be just the boys share room and the girls share room.
Oh, whatever. Every time we make plans, it never works out.
Yeah.
We're always
I know. That's why you're talking about it. I'm like, that's years away.
Yeah, I know. But it's just because you already have those ideas of this is how it's going to go. That's how it's going to go. And then it's not going to go like that.
Yeah, you're right, though.
Not whatsoever. So, all right. So you're leaning on letting the kids stay home early or stay home, all of them?
Apparently. I mean, yeah, I guess that's how it's going to go. I mean, otherwise there's going to be a huge fight.
Yeah.
And, we didn't really think this through.
I felt like they knew that. And
no,
then
they didn't.
They didn't know.
No, because every time you talk about it, they're not around.
Yeah.
Just you and Tyler.
Yeah.
But it is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Now
we'll just have to see if the neighbor can go in late, too.
No, I'll just take them.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, no. I just we sort of blew that. Interesting what the school's going to think about that. That's going to be an interesting when you drop them off. Or I guess I got to drop them off.
Well, they're just going in late. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you have to tell them, like, oh, they want to see the new name of the football team in Washington, D.C. Reason for them being late? Yeah, that's the reason.
well, you can say that if you want.
Yeah.
Or you can say doctor's appointment.
Probably get a doctor's appointment. Unless the name sucks. Nobody's going to school. We're just going to be like, forget it. This is so stupid. So Cal is going to the doctor's on Wednesday, the dentist. This is the pediatric dentist that they do the autism kids.
Right.
The autistic kids. And then, who's that?
Austin.
Oh, Austin. Come here. Real quick. Come here, Austin. Do you want to stay home when? Oh my gosh, you look exhausted.
What?
Are you exhausted?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to stay home Wednesday and watch the new name of the Redskins
Yeah.
when they unveil it?
Yeah.
Well, why should you be able to miss school and go in late? What's the reasons? Give me good reasons.
Because Washington's getting their new name.
Well, I know, but why should you be allowed to miss school and go in late?
I don't know. I don't like school.
Oh boy, this is all right. Thank you for your honesty, Austin. That was not.
She's half asleep. And yes, you do like school.
She's actually good at school too.
I know.
Yeah.
Plus, if they stayed home from school a whole day, they're bored out of their mind.
Oh yeah, that's happened before a couple times where for whatever doctor's appointment or whatever, they've had to do that, and they think they're getting one up on the other kids.
Yeah.
And literally an hour or two goes by, and they're like, "Can you take me to school? I am so bored." It's like, yeah, what do you think goes on around here all day? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, because if our house is quiet, they have no idea what to do.
Yeah, they're bored out of their mind. I'm like, what did you?
They're used to the chaos.
Yeah. Well, and then the kids, there's a bunch of neighborhood kids, and so they're outside playing sports, playing football. There is nothing going on here during the day.
Right.
And they are so jacked up when they're like, oh, I get to stay home from school today because of whatever. And then the other kids are like, oh, I want to stay home too. It's like, no, you can't stay home. You have to go. And then, yeah, it always turns out the other kid's like, I miss my brother. I miss my sister. There's no one to play with. I'm like, I knew this was going to happen.
Exactly.
Anyway, you're doing the dentist thing this week with Cal. It's be his first dentist appointment ever.
Right.
And these have to be special dentists, obviously.
Yes.
And then there's a point where they might have to, like, if they're going to do work on him, they have to give you, like, that gas.
If they had to do work, he would actually probably have to be put to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, a gas just isn't going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The rest of your body still moves when you have the gas. I mean, can you imagine him flipping around in the dentist chair?
Yeah. They're just not going to get anything done. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but they're not going to do work Wednesday. They're just going to check him out, right?
Wednesday is just a checkup. I mean, having 4 other kids, I can look at his teeth and see there's probably a couple cavities.
Oh, yeah.
Which he
Well,
eats,
when you eat Funyuns for breakfast.
well, I was gonna say he eats pretty good. I mean, he doesn't eat candy, he doesn't eat fruit snacks, and he only drinks water. I stopped milk early on.
Yeah, God, he only drinks water and drinks a ton of it.
Yeah, so it's not like he has milk or juice sitting on his teeth. He eats water. But I'm truly scared. Like, I'm scared of the appointment. I'm trying not to have my anxiety build up, but it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, but the therapist is going to go with you, so that'll be...
She's going to go with me,
help.
And they're only going to be able to do what they can do.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
the thing.
if they're going to try to do x-rays and they can't, then... I mean, you can physically look at a tooth and tell.
Yeah,
I mean
I'm not... They're going to have to... They've... I mean, I don't know. This is what they're supposed to be, like, the experts in, so... There's no way he's walking in and it's going to be, like, the worst they've ever seen.
Right, I know.
Like,
yeah, I had to call his insurance, say I need a special pediatric dentist that works with special needs.
Yeah.
So, and it took a while for them to get back to me.
Well, there's not many, so that's the problem. There's such a high demand now, Like, there's such a high demand, and there's just not enough, there's not enough, like, professionals in any walk of life that really are understanding of the whole thing. And I get it. It's just such a weird, I don't know. And all these diagnoses are coming out of nowhere now. Like, it's just crazy. Like, even they updated, it was like, when we first got into this, it was 1 in 54 kids are diagnosed. Now they've dropped it. It's like 1 in 46, I think, or 1 in 45 kids.
Yeah, but the hardest part is all the kids are different.
Yeah.
So you can't, like, have a one-size-fits-all box for the dentist,
Yeah.
I mean,
some talk, some don't. Some, will respond. Some don't. So it just
some don't want you to touch them.
Yeah. That's why at some point it's going to be like 1 in, I don't know, 15, 1 in 20.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because as like they redefine the spectrum and, what it means and what therapies are what and what, treatments and this and that, it's like it just keeps going. Like, I don't know, the rate gets higher and higher. So there's going to need to be like more dentists, more doctors, more therapists, more,
Yeah, more people specialized. I mean, like I said before, the developmental pediatrician is, you have to wait a year. You have to get on a wait list.
Oh man.
Even to get diagnosed.
If you're looking to get in the medical field, I mean, a developmental pediatrician, holy cow. Like the demand is high. Even like ABA therapists.
And we've lived in a lot of different states. So I've talked to other moms in different states that are experiencing this, and it's everywhere. There's not enough developmental pediatricians anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking to get into that field, like that's the jam right there, because there's just not enough. It takes forever. ABA therapists too, because that's a tough one. And sometimes you can only there's a few in your area and that's all you got. But that's tough because you do have to find the right one. And so you might have to go through a couple before you're like, all right, I think I found the fit for my kid. Like I kind of found the person that is going to, suit their needs.
Right.
That doesn't always happen on the first one. You hear a lot about ABA therapists and, some parents are really like worried about it.
Yeah.
But
well, they spend a lot of time with your kid. I mean, the hours that they need for that, he's recommended 10 to 20 hours of ABA therapy, and we do about 15.
Yeah, they become a parenting figure. There's no doubt. And I know a lot of parents don't like to give that up, but they become a parenting figure.
Well, you at some point, if you want the help, you have to get out of the denial phase, and like, I need help with him.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, everybody's different, so it's however they feel. But, at some point, like, you either say, hey, I need help, or if you feel like you don't need help and you got it, well, that's good too. But, that therapy's there. And I mean, for us, because some people are really they're like, do not do ABA therapy. Some people are really hardcore about it. Like, do not try to change kids. And it's like, well, that for us is not what this is about. But, we use it to reinforce the regular soft skills of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're doing all this so he learns how to dress and undress himself, eat with utensils, be able to walk down the street.
Yeah, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Say thank you, say please. Hopefully, like big benchmarks like potty train.
Yeah.
So, but it is, you hear a lot. I mean, if you go online and start doing, there are people who battle it out online about ABA therapy. I mean, battle it out.
I know.
Like,
but you have to have the right one. I mean, and we have the right one, and she talks him through everything.
Yeah.
Because you have to talk to him a certain way. Like, if he's being bad and out of control doing one of his meltdowns like yesterday, you can't say don't do that.
Well,
you have to be careful with your wording, and so we learned that actually from her.
Yeah.
How to react to it.
We don't always do it very well, but
it's hard when you're in the moment.
In the moment sucks because it's like, and then you've got the other kids that are all amped up and they're like, oh my God, what's going on? And freaking football game's tied up. And
when he's flipping around like a ninja,
everybody
and there's food
get out
flying
of this room,
and
get
water.
your food and get out. Everybody get out. Grab your food, save it while you can. It's almost like you have to hit like a fire drill, like a fire alarm. And it's like, grab your stuff and run.
I know.
Just run, get away. Like, this is not getting better,
Yeah, but you're right with the different fields. I mean, he still needs an occupational therapist and a physical therapist. And we've had therapists come and go with that. So he has had it, but it's hard to find.
It's just hard to find. And then you got to find the right one. I mean, I've seen stuff online about ABA and people. It's like, well, they'll write their experience. And I'm like, well, that just doesn't sound like they were just a bad person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that person shouldn't have been around any kid doing anything. Like, it sounds like they were a bad person. Like, they were mean and, like the stuff that they were writing. I'm like, well, that's just a bad person in general. So, but you take that one experience and you say, oh, well, that must be what all ABA therapy is about. And it's like, well, not for us. We wouldn't allow that stuff to happen.
Right.
And you allowed it to happen for a long time. So there's probably some guilt there too. It's like, oh, did I do the wrong thing? Did I do the wrong therapist? Because you do also have to keep like defending your kid. It's very weird.
Yeah, you do.
It's
because they can't speak for themselves.
right, and so it's all the emotions, and and also though you have to be like, even though if you have ABA therapists and stuff, like you have to be involved. Like you can't you can't leave your house while your ABA therapist is there.
No, any therapist.
Yeah, you have to be aware of what they're doing. You have to constantly, like there are times where I'll just walk in the room when she's doing something with him, just to see how he's doing.
Yeah,
based on what they're saying.
Right.
So you're involved in a way. You can insert yourself in the situation all the time.
Yeah, we're here. We know what's going on.
Yeah. Like if he's getting a little cranky, I'll walk in and, offer him food or ask him if he's hungry or, because that's life. Like everything, there's situations where those things change. So it's just like the therapy. So the kids are all different. The people call it the symptoms, and I guess the symptoms, but the behaviors are all different. But then the parents are all different too, and how they react.
Right.
Like sometimes you're just having a day and you're like, I don't know what's going on with the therapist, but he's just not connecting today. He's just shutting down, doing his own thing. And you could hear them trying to like find the point where like they're going to connect that day. But it's like life, right? Sometimes it's just not your day.
Well, and sometimes there's been times where she's ended an hour early because it's just not going to happen that day.
Yeah.
It's just too much of a struggle. And
she'll say too. She'll like, today wasn't his day. He's just off, and then it's like, well, maybe he's tired. Maybe he didn't eat enough. Maybe, but then we're just guessing. It's like, we don't, but I don't know. We've all had days, right? Like we're just like, I don't know.
Well, it's true. And the hardest part is he doesn't know how to tell us yet.
Yeah. I remember, it's like, I remember driving to the radio station sometimes and by 6:45, like you've been on the air for almost an hour and I just go, yeah, this show sucks today.
Yeah.
Like this sucks. And you couldn't like you couldn't understand why, right? You did the planning. It was the same people. It was whatever. And you just go, this show sucks. It has sucked. And I think it's going to suck for the rest of the day. And I can't wait till 10 o'clock so it can stop sucking. And it's just, you just you just have the days. Like it's just some of those days. That's
a long time, 3 or 4 hours. We do 20, 30-minute episodes.
Well, yeah, if it's, but it's not all at once. So, but if you're doing kind of like a half music, half talk show,
yeah,
you're really only talking over 4 hours. I don't know. You're probably only talking 30 or 40 minutes. And half the stuff is like doing the stuff you have to do.
Because it's like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, like, they now they want you to do like 3-minute breaks, 3-minute segments. But if there's 3 or 4 people in the show, everybody's got to get their piece in. And then you've got the sponsored content that you have to do. It's at the end of it. You didn't even do that much.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Like this is straight 20, 30 minutes.
Right. It's just no stopping. You just go, go, go.
No music
right. And so commercials are like 20 minutes an hour. If you do 6 to 8 songs an hour, which is a lot of what these watered down morning shows, what they want you to do. So add in another, 30 minutes. You're down to nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of, now the straight talk shows is a little different because you've just got all the commercials, but they have a lot of sponsored content they have to talk about too. Then they get, like the consultants will make you play these games and they're benchmark games. So they want you to play the same games at the same time every morning. It's so outdated and old.
Yeah.
That's why nobody listens to the morning radio anymore.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, and so it's just like, it's this morning, this time, we're going to play the same game. And it's the same people calling to win the same prize. It's the same people listening to other people win the same prize. Oh, my God.
All right, it's 8 o'clock. We got to get the kids ready.
My tangent's over on morning radio. All right, so we're out of here, right? We're done?
We're done.
8 o'clock? Yeah, we got to go. The baby's not up.
He's up. I got to get him dressed.
All right, we got to go. We got to bounce.